The new single sort system began operating on May 1, 2007. The single sort system relieves people and businesses of separating one type of recyclable material from another. All recyclables can be stored in just one container. National statistics show that recycling increases when a single sort system is used, but there are other benefits as well. Every ton of recycled material is one less ton in the waste stream. In 2006, RWS changed its name to EcoMaine to reflect its focus on recycling. That same year, the Board of Directors voted to install a state-of-the-art single-sort recycling system at a cost of $3.7 million. Originally, the building that is currently used for recycling was a transfer station, where waste was dropped off by towns and then baled and taken to a landfill to be buried. Each community pays a per-ton fee for its waste disposal. However, there is no such fee for recycling. As a result, consumers save money while at the same time conserving our natural resources and protecting our environment. EcoMaine's single-sort system is only the third such facility in New England, and the only one in the state of Maine. The process of sorting begins after the recycling truck has been weighed at the scale house and proceeds to the tip floor. Trucks dump their loads of mixed recyclables on the tip floor, where a bucket loader moves the material onto a drum feeder. As the drum spins, it tears open bags, breaks apart compacted material, and spills the material onto a conveyor in an even layer and at a steady flow to make sorting more efficient. From the drum feeder, the material is conveyed up and into the cardboard separator. The cardboard separator consists of star-shaped rubber rollers mounted on spinning shafts. The stars are spaced so that everything but large pieces of cardboard will fall through onto another conveyor positioned beneath. This type of equipment is called a screen. The shafts spin so that the large cardboard is passed from shaft to shaft atop the fingers of the stars until it falls off the end onto a conveyor and then brings it to a storage bunker located beneath the platform, where it will be kept until it is baled. All the materials that fall through the spinning stars land on another conveyor and travel to a heated and ventilated and closed employee work area, the pre-sort. In this room, people who are called sorters remove non-recyclable trash and the small pieces of cardboard that fell through the cardboard screen. After the remaining material passes through pre-sort, it goes over a double deck of screens. The top deck is the newspaper separation screen, and the bottom deck is the mixed paper separation screen. Similar to the cardboard separation screen, both these screens use spinning rubber star-shaped rollers, but in this application, the star-shaped rollers are smaller and closer together. Because of the spacing of the rubber stars, the paper does not fall through the screen, but rather goes over the tops. The top screen sorts newspaper, while the bottom screen sorts smaller papers, such as junk mail. The other materials, glass, metals, and plastics, fall through both screens and onto a separate conveyor. The path of the conveyor carrying all the sorted paper then makes a U-turn and travels back through the enclosure on the paper post sort line. Here the paper is refined, since the screens are proven to be 95% effective at separating paper from plastics, metals, and glass. This line of sorters looks to refine and remove material missed by the other two paper screens. Once the paper is refined by sorters, it travels on the conveyor to a paper storage bunker. This specialized container has a conveyor built onto the floor. When its optical eye senses a high level of paper, the conveyor moves and transports the paper to a baler. All the glass, metals, and plastics that fell through the two paper screens travels by conveyor past a spinning drum magnet to attract all metal containing iron. As it spins, the ferrous metals are thrown loose on the upward motion of the drum magnet, and they fall forward into a storage bunker. The remaining material, plastics, aluminum, shredded paper and glass, continue on the conveyor and over a glass breaking screen. When the glass is broken, small shards of glass fall through the screen and onto a separate conveyor along with small pieces of shredded paper. To separate broken glass from shredded paper, the mixture passes through a glass cleaning system. Here, an air bath or continuous stream of air blows away the paper and leaves the heavier glass. The shredded paper stays with the airstream until a cage disrupts the flow, causing the paper bits to fall down into a container. The separated glass is then conveyed to the glass crusher, where it is reduced to a size and texture resembling sand. This crushed glass no longer has sharp edges and can be safely picked up and handled without gloves. At this point, all that remains on the conveyor to be sorted are plastics and aluminum. This mixture next passes over an eddy current, which is an electric current created by alternating magnetic fields to repel the aluminum. After the aluminum is separated, only plastics remain on the conveyor. It then travels under an optical sorter, which uses an ultraviolet light to scan the composition of each piece of plastic. When the optical sorter reads a number 1 PET plastic container, such as water bottles, it triggers an air jet that propels it off the conveyor and onto a number 1 plastic storage bunker. The system can scan several plastic containers at once, allowing the conveyor to travel rapidly, usually at 1 yard per second, while maintaining accuracy. After number 1 plastic is removed, the remaining plastics travel on the conveyor through plastic sorting. Here, sorters will hand separate the remaining plastics into 3 categories. Number 2 natural plastic, such as milk jugs. Number 2 colored plastics, such as liquid laundry detergent containers. And mixed plastics 3 through 7. There are 3 large corresponding openings in the front of the conveyor that enable sorters to quickly throw in items. This is the only point in the system where people actually sort rather than just refine. This is the end of the sorting process. The mixture of recyclable material delivered to the tipping floor has been separated and brought to individual storage bunkers waiting to be baled. From beginning to end, the process usually takes just 3 minutes. One control panel operates the entire system. Equipment such as conveyors and screens are operated from this panel, as well as the storage bunker guillotine doors. Also from this location, one person can send almost any type of recyclable material to the baler and monitor the equipment's operation. A diagram located on the control panel represents the single sort process, and each step is represented by a light. The operator can monitor operations by seeing what color the lights are. Green light indicates that the equipment is operational, and a red light would indicate an equipment shutdown. With the exception of the paper storage bunker and the 2 balers, all equipment is interconnected. That is, if one piece of equipment fails, the entire system stops running. A red light on the control panel alerts the operator as to which piece of equipment failed. The bales are sold to manufacturers or to recycling brokers through an open market. Prices change at the beginning of every month, and, like the stock market, prices can rise or fall. Depending on the material, a bale weighs between 1,200 and 2,200 pounds. EcoMaine processes over 25,000 tons of recyclable material every year. Every ton that is recycled helps to conserve our natural resources while at the same time protecting the environment. Consumers can play their part by purchasing products made with recycled content. Remember, when you buy recycled goods, you play an important role in completing the recycling loop.